Hey everybody, it's Cynthia with Global Traveler Lifestyle. I am in Chiang with my good friend Judy Lancaster. We've been hanging out together doing the traveler type of thing, but I wanted to introduce you to her and have her talk a little bit about what her traveler lifestyle looks like.
Hey Cynthia, yeah, thanks so much for meeting up with me here in Thailand. I know we've been traveling different areas together. It's great to meet up with you. We've been, having a good time in that, and that's you don't always get to do that as a solo traveler, but it's really refreshing when you can. I've been traveling for years, but more recently, I left my job of 30 years and ended up selling everything and moving to Panama. And from there just made it my base for travel. And so about 6 months ago I left Panama and started traveling around. I went to Portugal and Spain first, and then over to Morocco, which was like amazing, and then went through Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam. For me, it's all about solo travel. I love getting out. I like meeting people, the locals, discovering things on my own, meeting that fear factor and struggling through it, but getting through it almost every time, and being more relaxed now. So I've grown an awful lot just from doing everything on my own and figuring out that it's not all that hard. It was a big step to sell everything and move to Panama and then just travel on my own, but in the end, the benefits are just so immense that I would do it all over again if I had to.
Thanks, Judy, for sharing that information. That's really cool. Tell me, what has been your biggest challenge while you've been out traveling the globe?
Okay, so my biggest challenge is probably something that's not really that big of an issue for maybe some people, but for me, I love to shop and I love to pick up things that I find along the way. A little momentum maybe a whole outfit. I leave my original place where I live with 2 suitcases, and now they're jam-packed. And I have to pick away stuff. I think I've thrown out all my original clothes that I brought because they weren't necessarily well suited for the places that I'm going to. So it's very hard for me to plan all of that perfectly. And you might all find that is what you'll have to do as well. I reach out to a lot of other women who are traveling constantly, and they can give me a little bit of advice, but in the end, everybody sort of has to find their own way. So my biggest struggle in traveling is just the luggage and how I manage it. And it's the funniest thing. I end up paying extra, but if you don't want to pay extra, then you really need to get that under control. And I can't tell you how to do that.
Thank you, Judy. What great information. That's really cool. Thank you for sharing that challenge, because I know we all have challenges when we're out and about in the world. How about sharing a tip that you have found when you're out around the globe traveling that has worked really well for you, or that you would like to share with those of us who are global travelers or maybe thinking about it?
My best tip for travelers is to slow down. I know, cliche, smell the roses, but if you're just bouncing all over the place, you're not really taking in the culture, the local culture in that. So I like to slow down, maybe even move around within the town at different hotels if you're not quite happy, or get out into different areas. So that's my biggest tip, is slow down. The other tip I would say is book as you go along. Don't book everything in advance, because you can meet travelers along the way that give you a way better idea than what you had, or have more information about something and you may want to stay there longer. So I would say kind of do things as you go along. And then the third tip, I know you only asked for one, but this is really important. Try to learn just the thank you and please or hello in each country that you go to. It shows a lot of respect for each of the cultures, and they're always happy. Especially in Thailand, I know when I say sawadee ka and I bow, it makes everybody happy. So you just get a much better experience when you embrace the culture that you're in and be as close to that culture as possible. For example, in Morocco, I dressed very conservatively, and they will appreciate that. So if you can do that, you're way ahead of the game.
Judy, I can't thank you enough for sharing all of that information. We've had a great time together. Lots of good tips, and the challenges, I know as a traveler, I'm having the same issues trying to figure out how to get everything that I need into my suitcase or my backpack so that I can just run from place to place without having to check everything and pay the extra money. So thank you for that tip, as well as definitely get involved in the culture, learn a little bit, and show respect with wherever you are. So thank you, everybody, for joining us with Judy, and this is her Global Traveler Lifestyle. Looking forward to hearing from you.